Hello and happy Sunday. Today we're going to talk about the Bitcoin price. We're going to talk about the core consumer index, price index. We're going to talk about the Fangman. If you remember, it's the 7th biggest market capitalization company that I was talking before in my previous videos. And then we're going to talk about the Bart Simpson Pattern, the head of Bart Simpson Pattern. So let's start from the Bitcoin price. As we see here, the price broke the downward trend line. It broke it yesterday. I wasn't able to make a video yesterday, so we're going to talk about it today. And we had this downward trend line since the beginning of the top, like when the price reached 69,000, and starting from that time we start having a downward movement. And this is what we have. Yesterday we broke it upward, and we broke it, and the break looks like pretty strong, right? But you know, to continue the upward movement, we have to retest the level, so it's going to be a confirmation of breaking it. You know how the normal graphs is working. You know, when you're breaking the level, you have to come back and retest it again, so it's going to be somehow confirmation of it. So if you lost the position, if you lost a chance to open the position, it gives you a second opportunity for it. So I already put targets where I'm planning to have long position here. Sorry for the graph. So this is my first target where I'm planning to start having my long position. And as you saw, I already draw a upward trend line, the local upward movement that we have now. So the lowest level is the strongest support level that's going to work at the strongest support level in this upward movement. And so where I'm planning to have my long position, if we're not gonna have the retest, let's say. So this is my first price where I'm going to take a look at the side of having long position, is the price of 38,000, 39,000. So here I'm going to open something like maybe 25-30% of my long position, and here I'm planning to add the rest of it. And the way you can put the stop loss is pretty easy. You can put it right below this lowest support level, this zone, let's say this zone, and that could work as a really good sign. But here, why I think it's too late to have a long position here, what I'm expecting for the price is most probably, right, just to collect more liquidity of people, just to cut all the people who was shorting. So this is what I'm planning to see from the price. This is what I want to see from the price. We're gonna have some fake breakout here, so to touch this new zone, to touch it, so and to show people we continuing our upward movement. And then I'm planning to see this something like a movement down. So this upward breakout could be something like squeeze movement you get just to collect all the stop losses of people. And then we're gonna go down. We're gonna test this zone of 39,000. This is what my expectation from the price, right? This is not a financial recommendation for you. This is what just I want to see from the price, because as you know, the Bitcoin making a lot of fake breakouts, fake movements before continue its its own proper movement. So as I said, fake breakout, then expecting to some consolidation on this price level, and then we have to come and touch this zone. This is where I'm going to open my first long position, first portion of my long position. And then this is where I'm planning to add the rest of the long position, and this is going to be a level where I'm going to put my stop losses. Nothing much interesting. Normally I'm not trading these days because there is a lot of uncertainty. The price is as I was saying the last day, the price giving too much uncertainty. So I'm not seeing there is interesting position except these targets. But still, as I said, why I'm going to have them, because is a really strong zone. And while I'm not trading on the other altcoins, because all of them following the Bitcoin, all of them just doing the same thing what the Bitcoin is doing. So I'm not seeing there is something interesting to trade on the other altcoins. That's why you are not seeing that's why on my last video there was no trade. On this video there going to be no trade as well. But I'm waiting. The best thing to do is just wait when you will see a perfect place. And this is going to be my trade, and I'm sharing with you. So first zone, second zone. This is slight late with the Bitcoin. As I said, you know, fake breakout upward, collect liquidity, go downward, and then we can continue the upward movement. And why I don't want to be such a optimistic with the Bitcoin price, it's because of my previous videos. It's because of the inflation rate is too high, you know, and we're going to talk about it as well. And now I want to move to the other graph, right, to the other statistic report that we're going to have on Thursday. As I remember, yes, on Thursday is June 12th. Yes, we're going to have a report, is the core consumer price index, is a CPI. And what does it say to us is something like, you know, measures the change in the price of goods and services, excluding the food and energy. So, you know, and CPI measures prices, it's changed from the perspective of the consumer. It's from the consumer side. And it's a key level to measure the inflation rate and the price changes, purchasing trends. So what the actual price and what the can give it to us, right? If it's higher than expectation, then it should take as a bullish signal, and as a bullish for the USD, right, for the US United States dollars. And other way around, if it's going to be lower than the forecast, it could taken as a bearish signal. So it's going to be on June 12th, which is like Thursday, June 12th, yeah, which is Thursday. So I want to just warn, is a really important thing. And on a Friday, yes, on the Friday, we're going to have a report from the Federal Reserve, right? I'm expecting what I want to see actually. And about this report, right, about this CPI report, I want to add some extra thing as well. Some analytics from Bloomberg as well. They're expecting that, you know, inflation could go a bit even higher than the 7% that US have now. So, you know, as I said, I don't want to be really optimistic with the Bitcoin price, because, you know, it's going to follow the traditional market as well. So, you know, as I said, analytics expecting that the inflation going to be higher than the 7%. And you know, the main question is how the Federal Reserve, which action the Federal Reserve going to take, because as we know, the balance sheet is almost reached $9 trillion, and they have somehow decreased it. You know, it's going to start a huge sell-off in the market. It could bring a panic sell-off between the normal traders, like, you know, investors, individual investors. So that's why there is no optimistic signal here. And this is what do we have. This is what we're going to have on Thursday, and on Friday there going to be some report from the Federal Reserve. I'm expecting from them to give some clear information, maybe about like their next meeting that they're going to have on March, and what they're going to take. Like, are they planning to increase the interest rate on the March meeting? Because, you know, as I said, the analytics expecting they're going to be like, you know, increasing interest rates more than 4 times. Most of them, they're saying that they're going to be a 5 times increasing in interest rates. So, you know, somehow they have to take some action because of the inflation. If you, like, you know, interested about this inflation, just go and watch my previous video that I made about it. It becomes like, you know, I found the videos really interesting. I don't know why there is no much views, but, you know, it was a really interesting video. Now let's move to this Fangman graphic. It's shows us the market capitalization of, you know, 7 big companies, which is Facebook, Apple, Netflix, Google, Microsoft, Amazon, and Nvidia. I was making about it on my previous video. Like, you know, I was saying that when the crypto market capitalization dropped for 1 trillion on this, you know, on this falling, and this index, 7 companies lost like 70% more. They dropped for $1.7 trillion. And after the slightly huge drop of the price here, it's happened when the Facebook, right, dropped for 25% in one day after this, you know, bad report from their sites. And then we saw some recovery here. It's happened after the Amazon report, right? The report was slightly good. And what's the funny part? The biggest revenue that they made, it was on the Rivian stock, you know, this car dealer company that didn't produce any car yet. There is no car that they produced, but you know, somehow Amazon made a huge return on their stocks, and this car dealer company are entering the top 10, as I know, the top 5 even, like, you know, biggest car dealers, car makers, companies. So you know, we come to the time when there is companies like Facebook, Amazon, that's supposed to be something like blue chips companies, are trading like a pink stocks, you know, like when there is a daily change for 20%, for 25%, like 15%, and at the same time we're seeing that the Bitcoin giving a change on that day for 6%. So you know, they shift with the places. Now the Bitcoin become as a blue chip, and companies, you know, this huge company that's supposed to be a blue chip become a pink shit companies. So you know, just a funny thing that I want to talk about. And also, let's come to the Bart Simpson trade. Let's come to the Bart Simpson pattern that I was saying on my video. And here we can see there is a Bitcoin graph, and as you see, the price is 41,000. And this pattern that we have here, how the pattern was working most of the time, right? When the head was finishing, it was seeing a big drop of the price. So you know, it's not a pattern that you can build your trading strategy, but it's just a fun thing that, you know, all the time this Bart Simpson head pattern works. Like, you know, I don't know, like as many graphs I saw with this Bart Simpson head, and all of them work perfectly. So you know, as I said, is not something, a pattern that you have to build your strategy, but it's just a fun that I want to share with you. So this is the only thing that I want to talk about on this Sunday. So hope you enjoyed it. Right, press a like to this video, don't forget to subscribe my channel, and I'll see you tomorrow. Wish you all the wealth.